Hello everybody, welcome back to Scratch Mastery from Basics to Pro. I'm Joe and today we're taking things up a notch. In our last episode we learned how to make Scratch the Cat move. If you missed it, be sure to check it out. But today we're diving into animation. We're going to be bringing our sprite to life with movement, costumes and even sound effects. Are you ready? Let's get started. What is animation in Scratch? Well, animation is when we make something appear to move by rapidly changing its images, kind of like a flipbook. In Scratch, we do this by switching to different costumes. Let's check that out. First, if you haven't already, open the Scratch editor at scratch.mit.edu and click Create. If you have a project open, you're already one step ahead. Now, let's select our sprite. By default, we have Scratch the Cat, but you can choose another sprite if you'd like. We're now going to be opening the Costumes tab. The Costumes tab is right next to the Coding tab in the top left. So click on Costumes and you will see Scratch the Cat has multiple costumes, like Costume 1 and Costume 2. These slight variations make it look like the cat is running when we switch between them. Now, let's animate these costumes using code. What we want to do is go back onto the Coding tab and click the yellow events. Then we want to drag the when green flag clicked block out into the scripting area, and after we've done that, we want to head over to the purple looks category. We then want to drag the next costume block underneath the event block. However, this only does it once, so like last episode, we need to add a loop. To add a loop, we need to head over to the orange control category, and we want to drag the forever block and wrap it around the next costume block. We then need to slow this down because this will tick every frame. In order to slow it down, we want to remain on the control tab but grab a wait 1 second block and drag that just above the next costume. We can change the 1 seconds to something smaller, like a 0.2. This way it will make the animation look a little bit more smoother. Let's now click the green flag and see what this looks like. Wow, look at that. Our cat is running non-stop. But what if we want the cat to move as well? Let's add that next. To make the cat move, we need to do what we did last episode. So let's head over to the blue motion category and drag out a move 10 steps block. We can add this just before the wait block and let's give it a go. Look at our cat move. But what's this? Our cat might walk right off the screen. Let's fix that by making it bounce back. In the motion category, drag the if on edge block and we want to drag that just below the next costume. Now if we reposition our sprite into the center of our stage, now if we click the green flag, when our cat sprite hits the edge, as you can see, it bounces. But it doesn't bounce how we'd like. To fix this, what we need to do is go to the direction option here. Just click once on the number and make sure you set it to the left or right setting instead of the all round. This way, when our sprite bounces, it won't rotate the whole sprite, instead it would just flip it directly. Now, if we click the green flag again, when our cat goes to the edge, it will bounce correctly. Perfect. Now our cat is running across the screen and bouncing back when it reaches the edge. Animations are even more fun with sound. Let's add a cool effect when the cat moves. To do this, we need to click on the Sounds tab, which is located next to the Costumes tab. We're now going to delete the default sound by clicking on the trash icon up here. To add a new sound, we need to choose a sound and pick one from the Scratch library. To do this, we head down to the bottom and click Choose a Sound. Click on that, and as you can see, we get a whole library of sounds. It allows us to preview them. So a sax, for example. Let's check what this sounds like. But we want a walking sound. So for this tutorial, I'm going to be using the footsteps sound. You can use whatever sound you like, however. So once you've found a sound that you like, click on it, and as you can see, the sound now is presented to us. Now this sound is quite a long sound. Let's give it a listen. we don't need this sound as it's extremely long. We don't need it to be this long. So what Scratch allows us to do is shorten and edit sounds. To edit a sound, what we need to do is find a bit that we want to use. So if I just find a little step noise that I like, we could use the first bit, for example. So I can drag and select this sound here. Now if I hit play, it will only play the selected sound. So what we can do is we can click copy, and then we can select the whole thing and then click paste. And now we just have this one singular footstep. What we can do is then we can select a little bit at the end and just click fade out to make it sound a little bit more smoother. We can also fade in to make it sound a little bit less edited. We can also lower the volume, mute the volume, reverse the audio, or give it a funky little robot sound. We don't want any of those other settings, so this is quite good. So now we are done with the sound, we can head back to the code tab. We can now click on the pink sound category and drag the play footsteps until done block up here. Now your sound may not say footsteps because you might have used a different sound, but it will be whatever sound it is. If it's not the sound you want, you can click on this arrow here and it will give you options of every sound this sprite has. Obviously this sprite only has the footstep sound, so that is the only option we have. Let's give this a go. And that's it. Now we have a fully animated, moving and sound playing Scratch Cat. This is starting to feel more like a real game, don't you think? But great job everybody. Today we brought our sprite to life with animation, movement and sound. In the next episode we're going to take it even further by making our very first game. A fun clicker game with a score system. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe and share your animations in the comments. I'd love to see them. Until next time, keep scratching and keep creative.